Year 11 stroke Year 12. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you enjoyed the stuff on water that I asked you to do last week. Those of you who haven't handed in your assignments yet, can I encourage you to do that? The deadline is by the end of today, and then I can get about marking and feeding back to you, and you can see how you're getting on with sort of your introduction to biology. So week 2 is all about cell structure and organisation. If you haven't watched the video that was set in the taster session for biology before half term, go and have a look at that. It's a really interesting video about how a virus enters a cell and takes over the cell, and it sort of looks at it at a molecular level where you can see the molecular machinery that works within the cell. It's really, really fascinating. So I recommend that you go and have a look at that. What the work that I've actually set for this week, we start off looking at the scale of cells, just to give you an idea, put it into context of how small we're talking when we're talking about the organelles within the cell. And I've used this YouTube clip, which is actually linked to a web page or a resource called the Khan Academy. And I cannot recommend this guy enough. He covers everything that you will need to know over the next 2 years, sometimes in a little bit more detail than you need, but he explains things really clearly. It's chalk and talk. He's drawing on the PowerPoint while he's talking to you, so it's not visually stunning, but it's really, really clear what's going on. And it's where I go to first if I'm teaching a new topic. It's where I go to. He also, by the way, does physics and chemistry, I think. So, if you're doing those subjects as well, it's definitely worth going and having a look at the Khan Academy. So anyway, the scale of cells. Have a watch the couple of videos, and then answer the really simple quiz. Then we've got a piece on cell theory. So what are cells? How do we define things as living? How did the scientists of the past come up with this cell theory? And once you've watched those, I would just like you to write me a really brief paragraph on cell theory. And that's just to give me the confidence to know that you understand what cell theory is. Okay. And then finally, we're having a look at the organelles. Okay. So back with the Khan Academy, giving you an introduction to the organelles of the cell, and then the Amoeba Sisters. Again, Amoeba Sisters, just a video channel, but a really nice, simple introduction to most of the topics that we're going to be covering this year. This lesson I've sent you to cells. There are 2 tasks that go along with the cells activity. The first one, I hope you'll enjoy. Some of you may not. What I have included is a PowerPoint for you to print off, okay? It's a visual glossary, so it gives you the names of the parts of the cell, okay? And basically what they look like. So it enables you to identify the parts of the cell from what they look like. And then I'd like you to use those glossaries to colour in your plant and animal cells that I've given you here, and to put a key. So for example, you're going to colour the nucleus in pink, you colour the nucleus, that's not the nucleus, by the way, that's the vacuole, sorry. If you're going to colour the nucleus in pink, then you're going to colour the box saying nucleus in pink. So that when, this is just, it's just to help you to get to know all the names that you've got to learn, because there's quite a lot of new ones. There's some really good ones. There's the endoplasmic reticulum and the Golgi body and vesicles. So there's lots of different new words and different new organelles that you've got to get to know. And I kind of thought, oh, I hope this will be sort of a fun way of doing it, help you chill out. Colouring for grown-ups is a really, really good way of relaxing. It's not just for kids, okay? So have a go. And then finally, just to prove that you do know what you're talking about, we've got a little quiz on the parts of the cells. Okay, so good luck with that, guys. Have some fun. Remember to get in touch with me if you need to. Until next week, take care.